Okay, so you can see on screen that this is the stage of the pixel text design that we started last day. You should have all of your letters laid out on these layers. So if I click through these eyeballs, it's a nice thing about Photoshop. You can make anything invisible at any time by doing that. But you can see how they're stacked top to bottom. So I can actually overlay one over the E, but then I could also pull this one up above and it kind of switches position, right? So anyway, what we're going to do is work on the background layer today, and we're going to do a pixel art design. I can show you more examples when I get back in class of other designs that the sevens have done. But the basic idea is that we're going to sort of try to bring off the look. It's not true pixel art, but we're doing it at a larger scale. So we're going to work on this background layer. You can see it's selected in blue right down there at the right. And then in the notes, which I've given you for the class, you have to go to the view, show, menu, and then grid. And that'll put that grid up on screen. So if I get rid of all the front designs or letters, I have a clear screen on the background. And the tools that we're going to be working with today, again, we only use usually 2 tools per assignment for these first ones, are the square selection tool, which is right below the arrow. And then the paint bucket tool is right here, but this is a tough one. And I don't know why Photoshop does this. It could also look like this, like a black to white gradient. It is the gradient tool. But a lot of these tools have options. You have to click, drag, and then put it on the tool that you want. So now I have paint bucket, and then the color picker for paint bucket is right here, or also there's one right here. So what we can do is people do a lot of different takes. Sometimes they do like a parody of pixel art they know. If I'm just trying to put in a general scene, usually I'll fill in base colors, and you can do a couple things with that. Let's just say I want to do like blue sky. And then Control D is how you get rid of a selection. So that is a selection that we just made with that square selection tool. Control D will always get rid of it. That is in your notes as well. And then I'll switch to a light green at the bottom. I don't know what that doesn't really look like grass, but so whatever the base colors you can do. One of the effects that's kind of nice is you do square selections. Whenever you have paint bucket on, I hold down Alt, I can always just click and sample that color. It just turned to blue, right? And then if you're using that as a base color, you can go dark here maybe. And then one ways to do the background design is to just lighten as you go, and you can do sort of a blend. A blend that'll come down and get lighter and lighter and lighter, right? So when we're talking about the final icons that we do, I'm going to try to do a pixel art search and hope that it's PG. Pretty good, yeah. So you can kind of look at some of these icons to get inspiration, but you can't copy anything into the file. It has to be hand done. So if I go back to here, I'm just gonna make like, you could imagine like the simple type of Minecraft-y block art type stuff you could make here in terms of a natural scene. If I was just going to do an icon like a heart, for example, I'm still working on this background layer, or I can even push it above. If you want to do a new layer, the new layer button is right there. But then let's just say I do a dark outline, and that is the resolution that I'm going to be working at for my smaller icons, is the single blocks in the grid. I think I've been zooming in and out as well. That is the magnifying glass right here at the bottom of the toolbar. If I just click in, I zoom in. If I hold down Alt while I do that right by the space bar, then I zoom out. So I think you get the general idea of how to start. Again, the point that people forget the most is how to pull up the grid, and that is view, show, grid, which is also in notes. Once you're there and you have these clicked off, your letters are invisible because you click the eyeballs off. and you just click on the background, make it blue, you should be fine. Square selection tool, paint bucket, and good luck. So we'll see you soon, and take care.